Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. When it comes to astrology, we all know our sign. I'm a Leo. What's yours? But do you actually know what that means? Our first guest today goes beyond the newspaper astrology readings to help you really understand how astrology can affect your life. Audience, welcome to the show, astrologer Meredith McCowan, everybody, from Earthling Astrology. Oh, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Let me start with this. Did you always believe in astrology?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not. No. I didn't know there was anything to
Well,
astrology.
that's interesting, considering that's what, yeah.
Yeah, about 12 years ago, I went through a little bit of a life crisis, so I went looking for answers, and astrology found me through a string of synchronicities. I actually have a very strong interest in science. I was very good at it, and yeah, my world exploded after this craft found me.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's been a clear runway ever since.
It's like a hand was gently pushing my back, kind of like encouraging me to explore this.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you surprised at your own turn?
I still am.
Really?
Yes, every day practicing this craft melts my science brain, as I like to say.
Okay, so practically speaking, and there's a reason, Falen's joining us because you got our charts, not our medical charts, but you got our, yeah. We'll get to that. But let me broadly ask, because, we hear about astrology, we know it's there, but how does it really affect, this is a big question, but how does it affect our lives, like our interpersonal relationships?
So everybody in this room is a mix of all of the signs. Okay, so our sun sign is our conscious identity. That's why you say, I am a Leo, right? I am an Aries for you. And where
You're Aries? Of course you are.
So are you.
I'm what?
You are an Aries as well. So when you were born, the moon was an Aries. Okay, so the moon sign is just as important as the sun.
I honestly didn't know that. I'm not acting. I didn't really.
Really?
So Falen and I are very similar?
Okay, so let me point out a crazy connection between you two.
Okay.
Let's pretend.
We're from Indiana, so we probably are related. Yeah.
So if I could just pretend I'm pointing at the sun in Aries right here.
Okay.
Okay, so when Falen was born, the sun was here. When you were born, the moon was in the same spot.
Oh.
So that is a very amazing connection I see in business partners, romantic partners, good teammates.
So we tried to be lovers, it didn't work. So it works out, yeah.
Yeah. Where was the moon for that gay sign? Yeah. But so that really and it's true. I mean, this is a walking, breathing example of it matters.
Mm-hmm. There's a link between you, and you're both fire signs, so high energy, wanting to connect. If you guys had, 9 to 5 cubicle jobs, you need to move, you need to shake, you need to, kind of connect people.
Absolutely.
Could you ever see us in a cubicle?
No. Every time I go home and Jake's on his 47th Zoom call, I'm like, oh man, I don't know.
Now we have Falen's chart. Now let's look at this chart here. Now to me,
hieroglyphics.
My ADHD mind, my brain's shutting down right now. What does that mean?
Big question.
Okay.
So I understand this is hieroglyphics because it used to be for me as well.
Okay.
So what we are looking at is a picture of the sky the moment that Falen took her first breath. Okay. So this is like your factory settings, your default setting, okay? So
These are Falen's default settings? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I understand it takes years to understand this language, this art, to understand what we're looking at here. But I can see that Falen is a sun sign Aries, and her moon sign is Gemini. And you have Gemini in your chart as well, which is the sign of the entertainer, the communicator, the storyteller. Okay? And the Gemini energy is the ADHD sign. Have you guys seen the movie Up?
Yeah.
Okay. You know the dogs with the collars and they go, squirrel?
Squirrel.
Yeah. That's Gemini. Okay? So you both are very adaptable, land on your feet. You can play many characters.
I don't know if you saw the top of the show, but I jumped at a spider. So, I mean, yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. Okay, so that's, I love that you read that just with that, just looking at that.
Isn't it wild? Yeah, I have a brain for it. And I love this craft because anybody can learn how to read this. But the example that I use is I have every ability to learn how to change my own oil, but I'm going to pay someone to do that for me.
Absolutely.
I don't have the passion for auto mechanics, but I do have the passion for celestial mechanics.
Okay, we're going to look at mine. Now, this is my, my lines seem to be different. Yeah. You know.
Well, there's your distractible energy. Do you see how the lines in the middle are just kind of how the planets are communicating to each other?
Okay.
So there's a lot going on inside of you. Can you see that?
Yeah. You ain't whistling songs there. Yeah. That's really what that means?
So I can see that you're a sun sign Leo.
Okay.
Leo's dramatic, boisterous, warm, generous. Main character energy as well.
I'm sorry, front row. You didn't have to laugh so quickly at that. Yeah.
And then your moon sign, it actually looks like a little moon. It's in box number 7, if you can see that.
Okay.
That is your Aries energy, which lines up with Falen.
And that right there. Does it matter? Again, Falen and I tried to have a romantic relationship, but it didn't work. Is astrology, maybe you can't answer this, is it more important in friendships or more important in romantic relationships?
All of the above, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So for romantic partnerships, people ask me a lot, are an Aries and a Leo good together, that kind of thing. That's important, but you have to look also at your Venus sign. That's the goddess of love. Where was Venus at your birth? That's going to give you more of a flavor of who you're best wired for.
Oh, what was my Venus? Do I know?
Let's look at that.
I know. I was going to say, I've always heard that, my husband's a Leo also. I've heard Aries and Leos are pretty compatible. But I don't.
Fire signs.
Yeah, but I would never think Jason and Jake are similar. They aren't similar to me.
I would say the same thing, knowing Jake, the little that I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Jake seems very calm and he's handy.
Yes.
Okay, it's so complicated because a Leo born at midnight will be a very different Leo than a one born at noon.
Oh.
Okay.
So the time of birth matters as well.
What time were you born?
I appeared at a drugstore at about 9:13.
For real?
In the morning.
In the morning?
In the morning,
oh, okay.
Yeah. I was ready, yeah. I came out of the curtain. I was like, hello. Yeah. Really quick, we got to go. Can people get readings? Because people are watching from all across the country. You do Zoom readings, right?
I am fully on Zoom right now, and I am fully booked, but I do have a wait list you can sign up for on my website at earthlingastrology.com.
Girl, get it. You have a wait list. I love it. There's the website right there. Give it up, everybody, for Meredith. We'll be posting this on the Jason Show socials if you missed it. We'll be right back with Melissa Peterman back after this. That was great, Meredith. Oh, please come back. That was great. Oh, wait. Oh.